Success is not about talent. It's not about luck. And it's definitely not about doing more than everyone else. Success comes down to one thing: how you think and how well you think. In the next few minutes, you'll discover 100 plus life-changing lessons from How Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell. And if you truly apply them, your results will grow faster than your limitations ever could. Introduction: Why Thinking Matters. Lesson 1. The one thing that separates successful people from unsuccessful ones is how they think. Lesson 2. Good thinking is not automatic. You have to actively search for it and work at it every day. Lesson 3. Thinking is hard work. The people who believe it is easy are those who rarely do it. Lesson 4. Changing your thinking is worth the investment. A well-trained mind is more valuable than any financial asset. Lesson 5. Good thinking generates revenue, solves problems, and creates opportunities that change your life. Lesson 6. You must expose yourself to good input, books, ideas, good thinkers, to consistently produce good output. Lesson 7. Spend time deliberately with people who challenge your thinking. You become like the thinkers around you. Lesson 8. Good thinking is a discipline. You must choose to engage in it intentionally and regularly. Lesson 9. Act on good ideas immediately. Ideas have an expiration date. Do not wait until they expire. Lesson 10. One good thought does not make a great life. Success belongs to those who keep generating a mountain of ideas, not those who live off a single one. Lesson 11. Find a dedicated place to think, shape, stretch, and land your thoughts. Then return to it consistently. Lesson 12. Write your thoughts down. Ideas you do not capture are ideas you lose forever. Lesson 13. Good thinking follows a process. Think, collect, create, correct, connect. Each stage builds on the last. Chapter 1. Cultivate big picture thinking. Lesson 14. Big picture thinking brings wholeness, perspective, and maturity to every decision you make. Lesson 15. Big picture thinkers are lifelong learners. They are never satisfied with what they already know. Lesson 16. Listen more than you talk. Listening teaches you far more and connects you to perspectives you would otherwise never access. Lesson 17. You can only see what your mind is prepared to see. Expanding your thinking expands what you are able to notice. Lesson 18. The value of life lies not in how long you live, but in how broadly and deeply you engage with the world. Lesson 19. Big picture thinking is essential for leadership. You cannot lead people where you cannot see. Lesson 20. Think about the big things while doing small things, so that every small thing moves in the right direction. Lesson 21. To see how others see, you must first understand how they think. Perspective taking is a skill you must deliberately develop. Lesson 22. Big picture thinkers prevent themselves from being enslaved by the immediate because they never lose sight of the ultimate. Lesson 23. New territory is only discovered by those willing to look beyond the present. You cannot chart uncharted ground with a small mind. Lesson 24. Get comfortable with ambiguity. Big picture thinking requires holding complex and seemingly contradictory ideas at the same time. Lesson 25. Learn from every experience, victories and failures alike. Teachability is the gateway to the big picture. Lesson 26. Gain insight from people whose experience is deeper and broader than your own. But be selective. Not everyone's input is equally valuable. Lesson 27. Give yourself permission to go beyond the status quo. Society will keep you in a box if you let it. Chapter 2. Engage in Focused Thinking. Lesson 28. Focused thinking harnesses energy toward a desired goal. Without focus, effort is scattered and results are thin. Lesson 29. Great ideas need time to develop. A good idea can become a great idea when given sustained, focused attention. Lesson 30. Multitasking is costly. Switching between tasks can reduce your efficiency by up to 40%. Lesson 31. Focus brings clarity to the target. You cannot hit what you cannot clearly see. Lesson 32. No one achieves greatness by remaining a generalist. You reach the next level only through concentrated effort in a defined area. Lesson 33. Identify your priorities first, then focus your thinking there. Do not let others set your mental agenda. Lesson 34. Discover your gifts before you focus your effort. Focused energy applied to the wrong area is still wasted energy. Lesson 35. Goals focus the mind. Without a clearly defined goal, the mind wanders and produces little of lasting value. Lesson 36. If you cannot write your idea on the back of a business card, it is not yet focused enough. Lesson 37. Remove distractions before you attempt serious thinking. Protection of your thinking time is not optional, it is essential. Lesson 38. Excellence in a few things requires giving up many things. The earlier you accept this, the sooner you achieve something worth having. Lesson 39. Know when your best thinking occurs and protect that time fiercely. Schedule your thinking like you schedule your most important meetings. Lesson 40. Balance being accessible to others with withdrawing to think. Both are necessary and neither should dominate completely. Chapter 3. Harness creative thinking. Lesson 41. Creativity is the most valuable resource you bring to any work, more valuable than your title, role, or output. Lesson 42. Creative thinking is not about being original from scratch. It is largely a matter of connecting existing ideas in new and useful ways. Lesson 43. Creative thinkers are not afraid of uncertainty. They find gaps in knowledge exciting rather than threatening. Lesson 44. Creative thinking demands a willingness to look foolish. If you fear failure too much, creativity cannot survive. Lesson 45. The creativity killers, it's never been done. We tried that before. Be practical, must be recognized and rejected the moment they appear. Lesson 46. Creativity is largely a matter of asking the right questions. Wrong questions shut down the creative process before it starts. Lesson 47. Negative environments kill thousands of great ideas every minute. Create and protect environments where ideas are welcomed and rewarded. Lesson 48. Goals give focus, but dreams give power. A creative environment makes room for both. Lesson 49. Creativity compounds. The more you use it, the more of it you have. Suppress it and it shrinks. Lesson 50. Spend time with creative people deliberately. Creativity is contagious. You think like those you are around most. Lesson 51. To break out of your own thinking, get into someone else's. Travel, read broadly, and expose yourself to unfamiliar ways of living and thinking. Lesson 52. Most limitations we face are self-imposed, not externally enforced. The box is usually one you built yourself. Lesson 53. Innovation is not reserved for those born creative. Creativity can be cultivated in any supportive environment by any willing person. Chapter 4. Employ realistic thinking. Lesson 54. Hope is not a strategy. Optimism without a plan is just wishful thinking dressed up as confidence. Lesson 55. Realistic thinking minimizes downside risk. The only way to prepare for what might go wrong is to honestly face what could go wrong. Lesson 56. Define your target and develop a game plan to hit it. Clarity of purpose does not come without clarity of reality. Lesson 57. Realistic thinking is a catalyst for change. Staring reality in the face makes the need to change undeniable. Lesson 58. Planning for the worst-case scenario does not make you a pessimist. It makes you prepared. Preparation is what separates confident leaders from surprised ones. Lesson 59. Realistic thinking builds credibility. Leaders who are rarely surprised by the unexpected are trusted by the people they lead. Lesson 60. Ideas built on reality have a foundation to stand on. Plans built on wishes collapse when tested. Lesson 61. Develop an appreciation for truth. You cannot think realistically if you are emotionally committed to a distorted version of what is. Lesson 62. Do your homework before you decide. Sound thinking built on faulty data produces wrong results, no matter how logical the reasoning. Lesson 63. Examine the pros and cons of every major decision. Not to count them, but to fully understand the weight of each before you act. Lesson 64. Align your resources with your objectives. Knowing the gap between what you want and what you have is the starting point for closing it. Lesson 65. Certainty in the midst of uncertainty brings stability. Realistic thinking is a friend in troubled times, not an enemy of hope. Chapter 5. Utilize strategic thinking. Lesson 66. Most people plan their lives one day at a time. Strategic thinkers plan further ahead and consistently outachieve those who do not. Lesson 67. Strategic thinking simplifies the difficult. Any complex problem becomes more manageable the moment you break it into smaller, purposeful parts. Lesson 68. Systems are nothing more than good strategies repeated. Build them and stop solving the same problems over and over again. Lesson 69. Ask why before how. Jumping to solutions before understanding the true nature of the problem wastes resources and misses the point. Lesson 70. Clearly define the real issue before attempting to solve it. Too many people solve the wrong problem efficiently. Lesson 71. A strategy that does not account for resources is a fantasy. Know what you have before you commit to what you plan. Lesson 72. Customize your strategy to the problem at hand. Sloppy, generalized thinking is an enemy of real achievement. Lesson 73. Strategic thinking is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It gives direction today and increases potential tomorrow. Lesson 74. Shooting from the hip increases your margin for error. Strategic alignment between your actions and your goals reduces the distance between attempt and result. Lesson 75. The person with the plan carries the influence. People follow those who have thought things through. Lesson 76. Start planning with the obvious. Building momentum from what everyone already agrees on creates clarity and unity before tackling the complex. Lesson 77. Put the right people in the right positions. The right plan with the wrong people still fails. Lesson 78. Strategic thinking must be continuous, not occasional. Like showering, you have to keep doing it. Chapter 6. Explore possibility thinking. Lesson 79. Possibility thinkers believe in solutions. That belief alone is what allows them to attempt and accomplish what others declare impossible. Lesson 80. Every time you remove the label impossible from a task, you raise your potential from average to extraordinary. Lesson 81. Believing something cannot be done guarantees that you will never do it. Belief in possibility is the prerequisite to any achievement. Lesson 82. Possibility thinking draws big people and big opportunities to you. Small thinking keeps both away. Lesson 83. Big thinkers create possibilities for others, not just themselves. The energy of possibility thinking is contagious in any team or organization. Lesson 84. People who believe they cannot do something are right, not because of their circumstances, but because of their certainty. Lesson 85. Stop focusing on what is wrong. Redirect your attention toward what is possible and what is right about any situation. Lesson 86. So-called experts are often the most reliable destroyers of dreams. Be very careful whose impossible you accept as your own. Lesson 87. Look for the good in what others are doing, even in their worst moments. Sam Walton found a better pantyhose rack in the worst store he had ever visited. Lesson 88. Dream one size bigger than you naturally would. Most people's default dream is smaller than their actual capacity. Lesson 89. Growth requires challenge, and challenge requires change. You cannot improve and stay the same at the same time. Lesson 90. Study great achievers. Find those whose attitude and approach you admire and let their story fuel your own possibility thinking. Lesson 91. Positive thinking is a choice. Even naturally cynical people can choose to think with possibility, and that choice has proven to produce results. Chapter 7. Learn from reflective thinking. Lesson 92. Reflective thinking is the crockpot of the mind. It lets your thoughts simmer until they are fully done. Lesson 93. Without reflection, experience does not automatically produce wisdom. It is not the experience that is valuable, it is the insight gained from it. Lesson 94. Reflection gives you true perspective. It allows you to see the real value or cost of an experience only after stepping back from it. Lesson 95. Distance yourself from emotional moments before drawing conclusions. Decisions made in the heat of the moment rarely age well. Lesson 96. Reflective thinking builds decision-making confidence. Once you have mentally processed a situation, you approach the next one faster and with greater certainty. Lesson 97. Your calendar and journal are reflective thinking tools, not just planning tools. Use them to see whether your activities match your priorities. Lesson 98. The quality of your reflection depends on the quality of your questions. Better questions mine better insights. Lesson 99. Reflection without action is incomplete. Learning cemented through action is the only kind that permanently changes behavior. Lesson 100. Solitude is a non-negotiable requirement for reflective thinking. Distraction and genuine reflection cannot coexist. Lesson 101. Schedule time specifically for reflection. If you do not carve it out deliberately, the pace of life will consume it every time. Lesson 102. Reflective thinking connects you to your journey, gives perspective to your present, and provides counsel for your future. Few habits offer a higher return. Chapter 8. Question popular thinking. Lesson 103. Popular thinking often requires no thinking at all. Following the crowd is the easiest way to avoid the hard work of forming your own conclusions. Lesson 104. What most people accept is not automatically what is true. History is full of examples where the popular position was completely wrong. Lesson 105. Popular thinking is slow to embrace change. Its natural posture is protection of the status quo, not pursuit of what is better. Lesson 106. Popular equals normal equals average. If you want uncommon results, you must be willing to reject common thinking. Lesson 107. Think before you follow. The path of least resistance is rarely the path of greatest result. Lesson 108. Unpopular thinking contains the seeds of vision and opportunity. Every breakthrough was once an unpopular idea. Lesson 109. Expose yourself to people who think differently from you. You cannot break out of popular thinking by surrounding yourself only with those who think exactly like you. Lesson 110. Continually question your own thinking. The greatest enemy of tomorrow's success is often today's success, because it tempts you to keep doing what already worked. Lesson 111. Every tradition was once a revolutionary idea. That does not mean every tradition deserves to survive into the future. Lesson 112. Try new things in new ways regularly. Taking yourself off autopilot is the first step toward thinking beyond the crowd. Lesson 113. Being uncomfortable is the price of rejecting popular thinking. Get used to it. That discomfort is where growth lives. Chapter 9. Benefit from shared thinking. Lesson 114. None of us is as smart as all of us. Shared thinking almost always produces better results than solo thinking. Lesson 115. If you want to learn something quickly, learn it from someone who already knows it. Experience shared is a shortcut you cannot replicate alone. Lesson 116. The greatest innovations in history were not solo achievements. Collaboration produces breakthroughs that isolation rarely can. Lesson 117. Shared thinking compensates for your blind spots and areas of inexperience. What you don't know, someone else at the table does. Lesson 118. Two people thinking together can produce more than the sum of their individual ideas. Synergy in thinking is real and measurable. Lesson 119. Emotionally insecure people cannot participate in genuine shared thinking. You must be secure enough to welcome an idea better than your own. Lesson 120. The best idea should always win at the table, not the person who offered it. When you praise the idea more than the source, everyone contributes more freely. Lesson 121. Have an agenda when you meet with people. Know what you want to accomplish, what you want to give, and what you hope to gain. Lesson 122. Choose the right people for shared thinking sessions. Not all voices add equal value. Be intentional, not merely convenient, in who you invite. Lesson 123. Move from competition to cooperation. The person who focuses on helping the team think better, rather than getting personal credit, always ends up winning more. Lesson 124. Shared thinking is the only way to achieve truly great thinking. Every great idea begins with several good ones, and good ideas rarely emerge in isolation. Chapter 10. Practice unselfish thinking. Lesson 125. Giving to others produces a personal return that selfish living never can. The giver gains more than the getter. Lesson 126. Unselfish thinking makes you a better person across the board. It is the gateway to developing other virtues, patience, gratitude, love, discipline that selfishness blocks. Lesson 127. The self-centered life is empty. The life poured into others is full. Lesson 128. When you add value to others, you begin to truly live. Before that, you are only accumulating. Lesson 129. Being part of something greater than yourself is one of the highest forms of unselfish thinking. Purpose that extends beyond personal gain outlasts and outweighs any personal achievement. Lesson 130. Unselfish thinking creates a legacy. What you invest in people outlives any wealth you leave behind. Lesson 131. Give quietly and sometimes anonymously. The full reward of giving comes only to those who do not need recognition as a condition for generosity. Lesson 132. The best relationships are win-win. Unselfish thinkers go first in making sure the other person wins, and that posture changes everything. Lesson 133. Check your motives regularly. What appears to be generosity is sometimes disguised ambition. Ask daily, what good did I do today? Lesson 134. It is never too late to shift from self-centered to other-centered thinking. The turnaround is always available and always worth it. Chapter 11. Rely on bottom-line thinking. Lesson 135. Bottom-line thinking brings instant clarity. When you know the desired result, every activity can be measured against whether it moves you closer to it. Lesson 136. Know the difference between your real bottom line and the noise surrounding it. Strip away emotion, politics, and personal agenda to find what you are truly after. Lesson 137. In every area of life, family, work, leadership, faith, there is a bottom line. Identify it specifically, or you will spend your energy on things that do not count. Lesson 138. Bottom-line thinking makes decisions easier. When you know your mission, it becomes simple to say no to everything that does not serve it. Lesson 139. Winning generates morale. Bottom-line thinking gives you a clear target to hit, and hitting targets consistently builds confidence and momentum. Lesson 140. If you want to succeed tomorrow, think bottom line today. Every resource you allocate, every person you hire, every structure you build should serve your defined bottom line. Lesson 141. Your mission and your bottom line must align. When purpose and profit compete instead of cooperate, neither is achieved fully. Lesson 142. A strategy is only as strong as its connection to the bottom line. If the sum of your small goals does not add up to the real goal, either your strategy is flawed or you have not yet identified your true objective. Lesson 143. Align everyone on the team with the bottom line. People who do not know the big goal and their role in achieving it cannot give their full effort toward it. Lesson 144. Choose one system and monitor it continuously. Mixing systems or switching between them produces conflicting signals and kills momentum. Final thought. Lesson 145. Everything begins with a thought. What you think about all day is quietly shaping who you are becoming. Lesson 146. What you think determines who you are. Who you are determines what you do. Change your thinking and you change your life. Lesson 147. Your thoughts determine your destiny, and your destiny becomes your legacy. The quality of your inner life is the foundation of everything you will ever build. Lesson 148. People who go to the top think differently than everyone else. That difference is learnable. And it is the most important skill you will ever develop. Lesson 149. You can change the way you think. It is not reserved for the privileged, the educated, or the gifted. It is available to anyone willing to do the work. 149 lessons total, covering every chapter from introduction through the final thought. Every major concept, principle, and insight Maxwell presents is represented above. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more life lessons from great books. This is Summaries by Dannyel. See you in the next video.